Have you ever heard of a spice so powerful it can stop a heart attack mid-progress when used correctly, or one that's been worshipped in ancient cultures for over 9,000 years, not just for its flavor, but for its life-saving, blood-boosting, and pain-fighting powers? It's not ginseng. It's not turmeric. It's the humble cayenne pepper. Studies have shown cayenne can boost metabolism by up to 25%, reduce hunger by over 50%, and even dilate blood vessels in a matter of minutes. Yet today, it just sits quietly in your spice rack, ignored, misunderstood, and wildly underestimated. But here's the twist most people don't see coming. Cayenne pepper has been used for centuries in traditional medicine to treat everything from chronic joint pain to circulatory collapse. Some call it a culinary enhancer, but others they call it nature's emergency medicine. So, why aren't we talking about it more? What secrets are we missing by treating it like just another spice? In today's video, we're diving into the science-backed miracles of cayenne, the unexpected ways to use it, and critical warnings you must know before trying it yourself. And trust me, by the end, you'll never look at this fiery little pepper the same way again. But before we jump into these jaw-dropping facts, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Senior Life, so you never miss powerful, life-changing insights like this one. What are you waiting for? Let's dive into the 13 incredible benefits of cayenne pepper in our daily lives. The very first benefit supports heart health. Let me be straight with you. As a physician who's spent over 35 years treating heart disease, especially in older adults, I've seen medications work wonders. But I've also seen simple, natural tools make all the difference. One of them, cayenne pepper. It's more than just spice, it's cardiovascular support in disguise. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, helps relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and lower blood pressure naturally without the side effects of traditional drugs. In fact, a 2015 study from Harvard Medical School showed that daily intake of capsaicin can reduce LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, while increasing HDL, or good cholesterol. This balance is crucial to preventing atherosclerosis, the hardening of arteries that silently cripples heart health as we age. Why does this matter more as we age? As we grow older, arterial walls stiffen and blood flow becomes less efficient. The risk of heart attacks, strokes, and chronic fatigue skyrockets. But cayenne acts almost like a natural vasodilator, gently opening up blood vessels, reducing resistance, and making life easier on your aging heart. And here's something many overlook: the warmth you feel when eating cayenne. That's increased blood flow in action. For elderly patients with cold hands and feet, poor circulation, or early signs of peripheral artery disease, this can be a game changer. So how do you know if your heart needs help? Here are a few signs. Frequent fatigue, especially after light activity. Chest tightness or palpitations, cold extremities or lightheadedness when standing. Unexplained anxiety or shortness of breath. If you're nodding your head right now, don't ignore those signs. A quick tip from me to you. Start small. Add just a pinch of cayenne to your meals. Soups, stews, even oatmeal. It's not about burning your mouth. It's about waking up your circulation. Benefit number 2. Boosts metabolism. Let's talk metabolism, especially for those of us over 60. You see, as we age, our metabolic rate drops. The body naturally burns fewer calories, and fat starts to stick around longer than we'd like. But here's what most people don't know. Cayenne pepper, thanks to a compound called capsaicin, can help turn that around. Capsaicin is what gives cayenne its heat, but it also triggers thermogenesis, a biological process where your body generates heat and burns energy, even at rest. A groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that capsaicin increased resting energy expenditure by nearly 10% for several hours after consumption. That means your body is burning more calories without lifting a finger. Even better, a meta-analysis from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition concluded that regular intake of capsaicin-rich foods can result in significantly reduced abdominal fat, a critical area for older adults prone to visceral fat accumulation. So how exactly does this help the aging body? In older adults, muscle mass declines, and the body tends to store fat more readily, especially around the belly liver and thighs. Capsaicin doesn't just help you burn fat. It prevents fat storage by activating brown adipose tissue, the kind of fat that burns energy instead of storing it. This is especially helpful for seniors dealing with slow digestion, low energy levels, unwanted weight gain around the midsection. Even those with borderline thyroid function have seen improvement in energy when combining Cayenne with proper nutrition. How do you know if your metabolism is slowing down? Watch for these signs: gaining weight without eating more, feeling cold more often, brain fog or sluggishness, constipation, or irregular digestion. If you're noticing these, your metabolism might be waving a white flag. And now benefit number 3, improves digestion. Let's talk about something we often overlook: digestion. It's not just about avoiding bloating or heartburn. It's about whether your body is actually absorbing the nutrients you're eating. And that becomes even more critical as we age. Cayenne pepper plays a surprising role here, one backed by science. A study published in the Journal of Gastroenterology and Hepatology found that low doses of capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, can stimulate the secretion of digestive enzymes. These enzymes help your body break down food more efficiently, making it easier to absorb vitamins and minerals, especially B12 iron and fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. This is particularly helpful for seniors as stomach acid production naturally decreases with age, making it harder to break down protein and absorb key nutrients. That's why many older adults develop deficiencies, even with a balanced diet. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Contrary to popular belief, cayenne pepper doesn't cause ulcers. In fact, research from the American Journal of Physiology shows that low doses of capsaicin can help protect the stomach lining by boosting blood flow and stimulating mucus secretion. That means cayenne can actually reduce the risk of gastric ulcers if used correctly. This is especially important for older adults who've taken NSAIDs for years or who experience chronic indigestion and assume spicy foods are always to blame. So what are the signs your digestion needs help feeling overly full after small meals? Frequent bloating or gas, poor appetite, unintentional weight loss, fatigue despite eating enough. If that sounds like you, your gut might not be doing its job properly. My advice: start light. A small pinch of cayenne once a day in soup broth or even sprinkled over roasted veggies. Not for the spice, but to gently wake up your digestive system. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried using cayenne in your meals? And if so, what did you notice? Benefit number 4, strengthens the immune system. Let's face it, as we get older, our immune system doesn't work the way it used to. The cells that once jumped into action to fight off colds, viruses, or inflammation, they slow down. That's why seniors often take longer to recover from infections, especially respiratory ones. But cayenne pepper has something powerful to offer here. You might be surprised to learn that cayenne is rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, and flavonoids, all of which are critical for maintaining a strong, responsive immune system. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Immunology showed that diets rich in capsaicin and flavonoids help increase the production of white blood cells and reduce markers of chronic inflammation, two things that decline significantly with age. Let me tell you about John, a 76-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, he had a pattern every winter without fail. He'd come down with a respiratory infection. Sometimes mild, but one year it turned into pneumonia. We started incorporating a daily cayenne-infused tea into his routine, just a pinch of cayenne with lemon honey and warm water. That winter, no cough, no congestion. For the first time in a decade, he went the whole season illness-free. It wasn't magic. It was consistent immune support. So how does this help the aging body? Vitamin C from cayenne acts as a natural antioxidant, protecting immune cells from oxidative stress. Beta-carotene supports mucosal lining in the lungs and sinuses, our first line of defense. And flavonoids, they help regulate immune signaling, keeping the system alert, but not overreactive. For older adults with weakened respiratory defenses, this combination can be a game changer, especially in reducing the frequency of colds, sinus infections, or bronchitis. Now here's what to watch out for. If you're getting sick more than twice a season, taking longer to recover from minor illnesses, feeling run down or foggy after every cold, or constantly dealing with sinus issues or lingering coughs, your immune system might be struggling to keep up. Let's move on to benefit number 5, fights inflammation. Let's talk about inflammation. The silent culprit behind most chronic pain in older adults. Whether it's joint stiffness, arthritis flares, or nagging sinus issues, chronic inflammation wears people down over time. And while most turn to anti-inflammatory drugs, there's a powerful natural option hiding right in your spice rack: cayenne pepper. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research found that people who regularly consumed capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, showed a 38% reduction in CRP levels, that's C-reactive protein, a major marker of inflammation in the body. That's a huge deal for anyone struggling with arthritis, asthma, or chronic bronchitis conditions, where inflammation is constantly simmering in the background. Why does this work so well? Capsaicin doesn't just heat things up. It inhibits substance P, a neuropeptide involved in pain signaling. It also helps block inflammatory cytokines, especially TNF-alpha and IL-6, both known to spike in aging adults with chronic inflammatory issues. For older adults dealing with joint pain and swelling, post-nasal drip or sinus congestion, lingering inflammation after infections, cayenne can offer gentle, sustained support without the side effects of long-term NSAID use. So how do you know if inflammation is dragging you down? Morning stiffness that lasts over 30 minutes, swollen joints or redness, fatigue or brain fog that won't go away, mucus buildup in the chest or sinuses? If any of these sound familiar, your body might be crying out for natural anti-inflammatory help. Here's what I recommend. Try adding cayenne to meals at least 3 times a week. Some ideas: butternut squash soup with cayenne and ginger, stir-fried greens with garlic and a dash of cayenne, baked salmon with lemon olive oil and a sprinkle of cayenne, even avocado toast with cayenne and a drizzle of honey. You don't need to make it fiery, just warm enough to calm the inflammation from the inside out. Benefit number 6. Acts as a natural pain reliever. Pain is one of the most common complaints I hear from older adults, whether it's aching joints, chronic back pain, or even persistent headaches. And while painkillers have their place, they come with risks, especially for seniors with heart issues, kidney strain, or sensitive stomachs. That's where cayenne comes in as a natural, proven alternative. Cayenne's active ingredient capsaicin has been extensively studied for its pain-relieving properties. According to a report in the Journal of Pain Research, capsaicin works by blocking substance P, a neuropeptide responsible for transmitting pain signals from the nerves to the brain. When substance P is reduced, pain signals slow down and, in some cases, stop entirely. So how does this work for different kinds of pain? For joint pain, capsaicin helps reduce inflammation around the joint capsule. For muscle pain, it boosts circulation and reduces stiffness. For nerve-related pain, such as post-shingles or diabetic neuropathy, topical capsaicin is now recommended by the American Academy of Neurology as a first-line therapy, especially in older adults sensitive to pills. And yes, even chronic tension headaches can benefit when Cayenne is used consistently in food or as a forehead balm, always diluted, of course. Here are some signs your pain might respond well to capsaicin: constant dull ache in one area. Pain worsens with inactivity. Warmth or stiffness in joints, hypersensitivity, or burning from light touch. If any of these describe you, you may want to explore natural options beyond medication. Benefit number 7. Supports weight loss. Let's talk about something that frustrates a lot of my older patients: stubborn weight gain, especially around the midsection. Even when eating less or walking more, the scale barely moves. Sound familiar? Cayenne pepper may offer an edge, and science backs it up. A study in the Appetite Journal found that consuming capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, reduced appetite and calorie intake by up to 16% in test subjects. That's because capsaicin stimulates satiety hormones like GLP-1 and decreases ghrelin, the hormone that tells you you're hungry. Even more interesting, research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that capsaicin increases fat oxidation, especially in older adults. It helps the body burn white fat, the kind that accumulates around the belly, liver, and thighs. Why does this work so well in older adults? As we age, metabolism slows, and white fat becomes more resistant to burning. Cayenne supports thermogenesis, your body's internal heat production, which in turn boosts how many calories you burn at rest. It also helps regulate insulin sensitivity, which means less sugar gets stored as fat, especially important for older adults at risk of type 2 diabetes. For those with sluggish metabolism, emotional eating, weight gain around the midsection, cayenne can become a simple, natural ally without needing intense workouts or crash diets. So how do you know if cayenne might help? Watch for these signs: constant snacking or hunger shortly after meals, feeling bloated or heavy especially after eating, trouble losing belly fat despite effort, low energy levels throughout the day. If you're nodding your head to any of these, cayenne might be worth trying. Let's move on to benefit number 8. Detoxifies the body. Let's talk detox, not the trendy juice cleanses, but the kind that actually supports how your body naturally removes waste. As we age, the lymphatic system slows down, sweat glands become less active, and the liver's detox efficiency starts to drop. That's when fatigue, poor digestion, and a general sluggish feeling creep in. Cayenne pepper can be a powerful ally in reversing that. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, helps stimulate thermogenesis, increasing core body temperature and promoting sweat production, a key detox pathway. Sweating helps the body eliminate heavy metals, metabolic waste, and even certain toxins that accumulate over time. Capsaicin also improves circulation and lymphatic flow, two systems that often get sluggish in people over 60. When these systems slow down, toxins can build up in tissues, leading to inflammation, brain fog, and skin issues. Why does this combination work? Lemon supports liver function with vitamin C and citric acid, while cayenne stimulates circulation and opens detox channels, sweat glands, lymph vessels, and bile flow. This synergy gently encourages the body to flush out what it no longer needs without stressing the system. This is especially useful for older adults experiencing chronic constipation, fluid retention or puffy ankles, dull skin or adult acne, brain fog, or fatigue despite sleeping enough? How do you know if your body needs detox support? Look out for persistent bloating or gas, bad breath or coated tongue in the morning, sensitivity to smells or medications, feeling tired even after a full night's sleep. These can be signals that your detox organs, like the liver, kidneys, and lymph system, are overwhelmed. Benefit number 9. Enhances blood circulation. Poor circulation is one of the most overlooked issues in older adults, yet it's the root cause behind cold feet, tingling hands, and in more serious cases, peripheral artery disease. As we age, blood vessels stiffen, capillaries shrink, and blood flow becomes sluggish, especially to the hands, legs, and feet. That's where Cayenne can offer meaningful help. According to a study published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology, capsaicin stimulates nitric oxide production, which helps dilate blood vessels and increase blood flow to the extremities. Another report from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that regular intake of Cayenne can reduce the risk of vascular dysfunction, particularly in aging adults at risk of peripheral vascular disease. Why does this matter for older adults? Because impaired circulation doesn't just affect comfort. It increases the risk of blood clots, ulcers or poor wound healing, cognitive decline due to reduced brain perfusion, and even falls due to weak leg muscles from poor blood flow. That's why we can't afford to ignore it. So, how do you know if your circulation is weakening? Look for these signs: cold hands and feet, even in warm rooms, numbness or pins and needles sensations, legs feeling heavy or cramping during walks, slow healing cuts or bruises on your lower legs. These are signals that your body isn't delivering oxygen and nutrients efficiently to your limbs, and Cayenne can support those pathways. Here's what I recommend. Start simple. Add Cayenne to your meals a few times per week. Even better, pair it with foods like garlic olive oil, turmeric, and leafy greens, all of which support healthy vessels. And don't forget to move. Gentle walks, light stretching, or even warm foot soaks can help enhance the effects. Benefit number 10. Relieves nasal congestion. Nasal congestion might seem minor, but for older adults it can quickly lead to fatigue, sinus infections, and even sleep disruption. Cayenne pepper offers a surprisingly effective remedy, simple, natural, and fast-acting. Capsaicin, the spicy compound in cayenne, has been shown to stimulate nasal blood flow, thin mucus, and even relieve sinus pressure. According to a clinical trial published in the Annals of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, a single application of intranasal capsaicin spray reduced nasal obstruction by 58% within minutes. While sprays are one method, ingesting cayenne has similar effects, especially when paired with warm fluids and anti-inflammatory ingredients. Here's the simple recipe. I often recommend: 1 cup warm water, 1 tablespoon fresh lemon juice, 1 teaspoon honey, 1.2 teaspoon fresh grated ginger, a pinch 1/8 tsp of cayenne pepper. Stir well and sip slowly. The heat from the cayenne helps open the nasal passages, while the ginger and lemon support immune function. Honey soothes the throat and provides antimicrobial benefits. Why is this especially helpful for older adults? As we age, cilia, the tiny hairs in our nasal passages, move slower and mucus becomes thicker. This creates the perfect environment for congestion bacteria buildup and secondary infections. Cayenne helps thin mucus and stimulate drainage, making it easier to breathe and reduce pressure in the head and face. So how do you know when your congestion needs support? Look out for a stuffy nose that doesn't clear after blowing, sinus pressure in the cheeks or forehead, thick mucus, especially yellow or green, waking up with dry mouth or mouth breathing. If these sound familiar, your sinuses might be blocked and in need of gentle stimulation. Benefit number 11. Supports anti-cancer properties. Cancer. It's a word that sends a chill down anyone's spine, especially for older adults who face increased risk simply due to age. While cayenne pepper isn't a cure, emerging research suggests it may offer promising support in slowing certain cancer processes at the cellular level. A 2006 study published in the Journal of Cancer Research found that capsaicin caused prostate cancer cells to undergo apoptosis, meaning they literally self-destructed without harming healthy surrounding tissue. Further studies, including one in the Breast Cancer Research and Treatment Journal, noted capsaicin's effect in reducing the growth rate of breast and colon cancer cells in controlled lab conditions. These findings suggest it may help interrupt tumor development pathways. Let me share a real-life example from my clinic. Helen, 70, from Ohio, was recovering from breast cancer treatment. Her oncologist gave her the green light to rebuild her strength naturally. We worked together to adjust her diet, introducing more antioxidants, healthy fats, and yes, small regular amounts of cayenne. She'd sprinkle it into homemade soups, roasted vegetables, or even blend it with turmeric in her morning tea. It wasn't magic, but over time, her energy improved, her inflammation markers lowered, and she felt more in control of her health journey. Now, let's be clear, capsaicin is not a drug. It's not a substitute for medical treatment. But as a supportive element in an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich diet, it may help create an internal environment that's less hospitable to cancer cells. This is particularly valuable for older adults with a history of colon polyps, prostate enlargement or concern, family history of breast or GI cancers, chronic low-grade inflammation. So how do you know if your body could benefit from anti-cancer dietary support? Look for ongoing fatigue, not explained by activity, unexplained weight loss, digestive issues that persist, a weakened immune response. Even if it's just prevention, you're after building a diet rich in immune-regulating spices like cayenne can only help. Here's my advice. Use cayenne in small, frequent amounts. A pinch in soup beans or tea with turmeric and ginger can go a long way. Combine it with cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower for even greater cancer-fighting synergy. And as always, talk to your physician before making big dietary changes, especially if you're undergoing treatment. Benefit number 12. Boosts energy levels. One of the most common complaints I hear from older adults is I just feel tired all the time, especially in the afternoon. That midday slump. It's real. And it doesn't always require caffeine to fix it. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne, enhances blood flow and vasodilation, especially to the brain and extremities. This increase in circulation can help reduce post-lunch drowsiness, sharpen focus, and support alertness without stimulants. What's more, cayenne has been shown to stimulate the adrenal glands, gently encouraging a light release of endorphins and noradrenaline, your body's natural wake-up chemicals. Why is this so helpful for older adults? As we age, blood flow to the brain can decline, and so does the body's ability to regulate glucose and oxygen levels efficiently. That's one reason why many seniors feel mentally sluggish or even foggy after meals. Cayenne helps by enhancing circulation to the brain and muscles, stabilizing energy dips after eating, supporting gentle adrenal stimulation without overtaxing the system. This makes it ideal for seniors who feel sleepy after lunch but want to stay sharp, whether it's to read, garden, socialize, or just stay alert. So how do you know if your energy slump needs attention? Watch for feeling sleepy or heavy-eyed after meals. Trouble focusing mid-afternoon? Needing a nap daily just to get through the day? Brain fog even after a full night's sleep? If this sounds like you, your body might not need more caffeine. It might need better circulation and oxygen flow. My recommendation: Try adding cayenne to your post-lunch routine. A warm cup of water with lemon, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and a small pinch of cayenne can do wonders. Or simply sprinkle a bit into your afternoon soup eggs or roasted vegetables. You're not just waking up. You're fueling your brain naturally. Benefit number 13, improves skin health. Let's talk about skin, not just vanity, but skin as a window into internal health. As we age, the skin naturally becomes thinner, drier, and loses elasticity. That's when wrinkles deepen, wounds heal slower, and inflammation becomes more visible, like rosacea adult acne or general redness. According to a study published in the Journal of Dermatological Science, capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne has been shown to stimulate collagen synthesis by increasing circulatory efficiency and delivering more nutrients to the skin cells. Another study in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences noted that capsaicin also helps reduce inflammatory skin markers, which can ease acne redness and skin sensitivity over time. Why does this work? Because skin inflammation often starts in the gut. Cayenne gently stimulates digestion detox pathways and helps regulate insulin and circulation, which all play major roles in how your skin appears, especially in older adults. And let's not forget, good blood flow means better oxygen and collagen delivery to the skin, especially to the face, neck, and hands, where aging shows most. How can you tell your skin might benefit from internal detox support? Look out for dullness or uneven skin tone, adult acne or red patches after meals, skin that feels tight but still breaks out, slow healing of small cuts or blemishes. These can signal systemic inflammation or sluggish digestion, both of which cayenne may help reset when used consistently and gently. My advice: start small. Try 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne in warm lemon water once a day, ideally in the morning. Combine it with vitamin C-rich foods and collagen-boosting ingredients like berries, citrus, and leafy greens. And remember, consistency is key. You won't see overnight miracles, but you may notice brighter, calmer skin after a few weeks. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed a connection between digestion and skin issues as you've aged? Who would have thought that just a pinch of cayenne could offer so many benefits, from boosting circulation, relieving pain, supporting digestion, and improving skin, to enhancing heart health and energy, all backed by science? But remember, use it in small, consistent amounts, and always talk to your doctor first if you're on medication or managing a condition. Have you ever tried cayenne for your health? Share your experience in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Senior Life, so you never miss a video that helps you live stronger, longer, and better after 60. See you in the next video.